What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name's Greg Wave. I'm going to do a video for you guys today just on some of the changes I've seen for Uber and Lyft and why I just don't really think they actually care about us. You know, and some of you are going to be like, well, that's obvious, but there's like a lot of reasons why it's just become more and more clear that we are not like a priority as drivers. And I think it's important that all drivers are aware of like a lot of these changes they've made and things they've done that show us this. So I'm going to jump right in, but before we get going, I wanted to tell you guys about Play Octopus. Play Octopus is a really sick app that allows you to basically, well, they send you a tablet for free, a tablet. And you can keep it in your car and give it to passengers and they can play games on this tablet and you make money when they're playing games, from what I understand. It's not in my market yet, so I don't have it, but I'm signed up. I'm getting it right away. If it's free, why would you not? Why, like, seriously, why would you not? You know? So, link in the description. Check that out. But yeah, so there's been a lot of changes with Uber and Lyft in the last few years. Some of you probably remember the heyday of when we were making like what was it, like $1.10 per hour? I don't know. Some of you guys might remember. I came in, I think, right after that rate went away. So I think I was more at like 95 cents or somewhere in there. It's been so long, I can't remember. But man, there were some days where we made really, really good money. Now, the interesting thing is they have just year after year basically just cut, you know, just cut down our rates over and over and over again to where we're at now. I'm not actually even all that sure of where I'm at now. What is it, 75 cents per mile? Something like that? 75 or 65? I don't know. I can't remember. But we're somewhere along that. So it's been a long road of us slowly being taped down lower and lower and lower. And to be honest, that I understand, because when you think back, like when they were paying people like over $1 per mile, I mean, you got to think like they're paying over $20 on every $20 like a 20-mile ride. Like, so think about it this way, like a 20-mile ride now for me is probably like what, $15-16, like, and imagine it would be over $20. Like, you can see why they probably wouldn't have had the growth they have had if they'd kept the prices that high, because they wouldn't have gotten enough customers, because that's closer to cab prices. I'm not all that bitter about that, because I can still make $20 an hour today, and that's pretty much always my goal, you know? So that being said, let's jump into some of the things that really throw us off. So one of the bigger things that happened recently was there was a company that did this study, and basically a bunch of drivers released their earnings, and they wanted to see what Uber and Lyft are actually paying us. So study gets done. Comes out that Uber is actually taking 30% of everything we make and Lyft 35%. Both companies basically are like, no, that's baloney. You don't have enough data to really know if that's accurate, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, we're not going to accept that because you don't have enough of the driver's earnings to actually do an accurate study. So this company goes, okay, well, give us all the driver's earnings and we'll do an accurate study. Both companies refused. Now, for me, that was like one of the shadier things I've ever seen them do. Because like, here's evidence. Like, I think it was only on like 15,000 drivers. So not actually a crazy high amount when you think about it. And by market, but even then though, it doesn't really matter about market. This is going based off what they've been taking. So it doesn't matter by market. But I'm failing to see what could have been so skewed about this data, because the reality is, like, this is based off our screenshots of our earnings pages. So if they're seeing this and it's saying that, okay, well, after this amount of rides, they took that amount, like, what's there not to understand? You guys took 35%, you know, like, the only thing I could think of is if there's some kind of other type of service fee or charge that maybe is that 5%. That still puts Lyft 5% over, it would bring Uber back down to 25, but I just don't see how it could be that skewed. So here's what's crazy. Just a few weeks after that, then Lyft does this. They remove the ability for then us drivers to see what the passengers paid. The reason why that's such a huge deal is if we know what the passenger paid, we know how accurate what we earned is. For example, if I gave, let's think of a good example. For the sake of math, we're going to say I gave a $100 fare total. So what should Lyft have taken from that? $25. That would be their, that would be 25%. So what happens is on a ride like that, you're finding out they took more like $30 to $35. Now imagine they're doing that on every ride. Now a simple way of thinking about it is basically think about that for every $100 you make, you should be losing $25 of it. And that's like net, I'm talking like before Uber and Lyft take their money. So like if I get so a better example would be I gave, here's a way better example. I shouldn't have even said any of that. Here's a way better example. I'm on Lyft and I gave a really long ride and I check it and I realized I got paid $65 for it. We'll say 70. We'll say I got paid $70 for it. So if I don't know what the passenger paid, I can't look and know how much they took. So really we're at a huge risk from Lyft now because we don't really know how much money they're ever going to be taking from us. I mean, we obviously want to hope they're doing the right honorable thing, but like after that study, doesn't that seem a little bit sketchy that this study comes out and then weeks after they remove that? And they said, I'm pretty sure they said it's something they've been thinking about doing for a while. And here's what I don't understand is why did you need to get rid of it? What like gain did your company get? Do you get to release an entire IT department that worked on just that section and now save, a few million a year? Like what's the goal here, And I don't really see, I doubt that that's even true. Like that's just a really crappy example I came up with, but I really doubt that's true either. So I don't know. I thought that was like incredibly shady. The other thing is like there's been rumors for years and years and years that they're working towards full automation. The robot cars have been tested. They were tested here in Phoenix and one freaking plowed someone at a crosswalk. Granted, and by the way, I'm not laughing that someone got hit by a car. I'm laughing more at the concept that like Uber and Lyft's first attempt at getting an automated car out there and I don't think it killed them. I think it just severely injured them. And, the robot cars don't have instincts, so if someone's crossing the crosswalk at the wrong time, they're not going to be able to register that or whatever. I don't know. But from what I heard, that was the story, is that the person crossed the crosswalk at the wrong time and the car couldn't register it because there wasn't technically supposed to be someone there. So here's the thing with automation. It only works if all the cars are automated, because if you've got some people driving with instincts and then robots that aren't, it's going to cause problems. But they're working towards full automation. And why do you think they are? Because in their last quarter, they made $12.1 billion. They paid out 8.4 of that to drivers. So if they're able to save some of that money not paying drivers, you think they're going to do it? You think they're going to try and save some of that $8.4 billion? Heck yeah, they are. Now, most of that is going to go towards a fleet of cars, maintaining them, but in the long term, that's how they're actually going to get to be like a truly profitable company. So they're working towards automation. They want the robot cars out there. And if you don't believe that, like, to be honest, you're a fool. It's like I said, $8.4 billion. You really think they care about us, or do you think they care about 8.4 bill? They care about the money. They do not care about the drivers. Guys, there have been strikes. I know here there was a massive strike from Uber and Lyft drivers basically saying like, hey, you've got us out here destroying our cars. You need to treat us like employees. You need to do something for us. What did it do? Nothing. The strikes will never do anything. They will never care. Because here's what's going to happen. a whole new batch of kids that are turning 21 are signing up to drive Uber. They can ride this wave of having inexperienced drivers for a long time. You know why? Because people will always keep doing it. It's easy money. It is easy money, and people will keep signing up. They'll keep getting sucked into the guarantees, and they're going to keep showing up. And so if they lose people like you and me that have been, nearly 5-star drivers for God knows how long, they don't care. What am I really doing for their company that some other driver isn't going to do? Providing 5-star service? Well, sure. Okay, the kid's not going to get tipped. Uber's still going to get paid. Lyft's still going to get paid. You see what I'm saying? We really don't have any leverage on them. Hypothetically, we could keep trying strikes. I really don't believe that's ever going to work. So I don't see any reason to do the strikes. I just we've done them so many times and they just don't work. The companies get worse and worse to some degree. So yeah, guys, I don't believe they care about us. I really don't at all. We're not employees. I think they know that a little too well. The best thing I can say is prepare for the long term, because I really believe we won't have the ability to do this forever. So I'm going to let you guys go on that note. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about this topic in general. Maybe leave some comments about what you think the direction overall of Uber and Lyft is going. If you think I'm right or wrong, I'd really love to know. I'd love to see what some of your thoughts are, or maybe some things you guys have heard that I haven't. So have a good week out there, guys. Crush it, and I will talk to you all soon.